Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. How one reality alone is manifesting as everything. Satta spurana saukhyani bhasante sarvavastushu tasmad brahmamayam sarvam iti vedanta dindimaha. Everything in this world has these three aspects common. Satta, existence. Nothing is known by us as non-existence. Even the absence is known by us as existence. There is no wisdom. There is no body. There is no noise. So, everything, including the absence, is revealed only at existence, satta. Spurana, everything is known. Spurana is the knowledge. So, two things, existence and knowledge, they are common with everything in this universe. There is nothing which is not known. Even the ignorance is known. And Saukhya is a kind of utility for someone or the other, because of which that person or thing becomes happy. So these three things, Satchit Ananda, they are common in all the things and beings. Therefore, Tasmat Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. Therefore, this whole world is nothing but conscious existence. In another text, it is said, Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa iti Pancha Amshakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagat Rupam Tato Dvayam. Asti Bhati Priya Satta Saukhya Spurana, three of them. They are common, and that is Brahman, the reality. And Nama Rupa, name and form, that is the world. So the world is nothing but name and form which are supported by the substratum called as Asti Bhati Priya Satchidananda. Therefore, everything is Brahman, everything is reality, everything is the truth. This will be possible for us to comprehend and digest and accept only after we have come to discover our real nature as the Brahman. The rule is very simple. We look at the world what we have accepted ourselves to be. See? When I consider myself to be a man, then I will look upon this world that there are two types of people, man and woman. When I consider myself to be rich, then the world is rich and poor. In short, whatever we see as the world is nothing but the reflection of what we have taken ourselves to be. See? Therefore, these two approaches must go simultaneously. When we are dealing with ourselves, we have to follow the principle of Vedanta strictly. And what is the principle of Vedanta? Natvam deho nendriyani na prano na mano nadhi vikaritvad vinashitvad drishyatvad chagato yatha. These panchakoshas I cannot be. So what I am not is rejected. and then what I am is asserted. These two things put together is the spiritual practice. Therefore, unless we practice Vedanta on ourselves, then what about the world? Be attentive. We start inquiring about our essential nature. But we start suspecting divinity in the world. Two things. So, we start suspecting divinity in the world. Isha vastamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Upanishad says everything is Paramatma. So we accept it. And as regard we are concerned, we practice Vedanta. This Annamay, Kosh, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay, Anandamay, I cannot be. But the one who is supporting all these Panchakoshas, this is my essential nature. One end. The other end, the world. When these two wires, cathode and anode, they come together and a bulb is fixed in between, immediately light happens. In the same manner, this perfect understanding about our being divine and suspecting the God or Paramatma to be the reality behind the appearance of the world. When these two wires come together, a bulb of intellect is fitted, immediately the wisdom happens. This is the meaning of Tattvamasi Mahavakya. Ghatakutyadikam sarvam mrittika matramevacha tatha brahma jagat sarvam iti vedanta dendimaha. Now, there are many religions, but what is said in Vedanta is unparalleled. Nowhere you will get it. It is mentioned that Brahman, the reality, is simultaneously the material and the efficient cause of this world. See? Material cause means that which goes into formation of something. Efficient cause means he who makes it. To take an example is a pot. The clay goes into formation of the pot and the pot maker makes the clay convert into the pot. So two things. So the clay is the material cause and the pot maker is the efficient cause. Now, if the pot is sold, the pot maker cannot be remaining with the pot. The pot has gone away. But wherever the pot goes, the clay will remain. See? The meaning of this thing will be thereafter. Whenever I touch, let us take anything in this world, that thing is nothing but Paramatma. See? So when I go and touch Shivalinga, I am not touching just a stone, but I am touching directly Paramatma. The one who is touching, he is also Paramatma. So everything is in divinity, nothing is beyond it. Like everything is our mind when it is a dream experience. The 5 elements in the dream, the human beings, the animals, the plants, the good, the bad, the achievements, the failures, everything is dream. In the same manner, this waking dream, when we come to recognize that this reality alone is pulsating in and through the totality. On the basis of this, in our religion, we accept all the 5 elements and their modifications as God. Therefore, the things made out of stone, that is also God. The waters, that is also God. The fire, that is also God. The air, that is also God. Everything is divine. And the foundation of this is this particular thing. Paramatma is the material cause of this universe. Tatha Brahma Jagat Sarvam. So like all the pots are nothing but the clay. So what is the pot? Clay plus name plus form plus utility. And if the name and the form are destroyed, there cannot be utility. But the clay continues to be. In the same manner, when this world of names and forms and utility, when it is destroyed, how it is destroyed? We disown it. We disidentify. So in the disidentification with the total world, our gross body, our mind, whatever remains, that is the truth. So the truth alone has as if become. This word as if is very important. See? And once you get this by God's grace, you will see problems don't exist. There are no problems. It is something like becoming without becoming. How becoming without becoming? Now take an example. When we call the directions north, east, west, south, so space has become direction. So has anything happened to space? Nothing. Man has become husband. So what happened? Nothing. He is man only. It's not the moment he becomes a husband, two horns come out, one tail comes out. No, nothing happens. And therefore, when the wife goes away, nothing happens to both the husband as well as to the man. Nothing happens to the husband because he never existed. Nothing happens to the man because he was never getting interested in anything. The more we understand this, entry without entrance, becoming without becoming. Like when we stand in front of the mirror, have we entered the mirror? We have not entered. But without entry, how can we see ourselves there? Then what is that? It is entrance without the entry. When the ocean has become the waves, so what happened? Ocean has entered the waves without entrance. Therefore, ocean alone is called as waves because we give importance to the name and the form. Similarly, water has entered the ocean. So, the water alone is called as ocean because we give importance to the totality. When we take a glass of water, we don't say, oh, get me a glass of ocean. No. So, can the ocean exist without being water? In this manner, the teacher says, this whole world is nothing but the same reality because of our preoccupation with the non-essentials, we lose the substrata. Tatha Brahma Jagat Sarvam iti Vedanta Dinjama. Avastha Tritayam Yasya Krida Bhumitaya Sthitam Tadeva Brahma Janiyat iti Vedanta Dinjamaha. Avastha Tritayam Yasya Krida Bhumitaya Sthitam. Now be attentive. This example which I give will make this very clear. Man on the ground of father is playing the role of son. The same man on the ground of wife is playing the role of husband. The same man on the ground of the son is playing the role of a father. The same man. Here also the same thing. The same reality with body identification is playing the role of a waker. The same reality with the identification with the mind and its modification, playing the role of the dreamer in the dream. Then the same reality with the conditioning of absence of Jagra Swapna, waking and dream, playing the role of a deep sleeper, Pragya. Does it mean he has become three? When the man has not become three, how can the reality will become three? Now in this example, which is reality? The man is the reality, or the waker, dreamer, or the deep sleeper is the reality? In the same manner, the more we reflect upon this, then one day by God's grace it may click. Then after I get identified with the body, then alone the waker is born. And after that body identification, husband, mother, father, brother, sister, everything is born. And after that, we have value and importance for the worldly things and start creating relations. So the whole samsara is nothing but these two things: possessions and relations. And possessions and relations begin only because we have taken ourselves to be body. Once this will click, then you will very simply understand the real spiritual practice is freedom from body identification. Now be attentive. That doesn't mean we become irresponsible in life. No. See? Freedom from body identification means, number one, worldly things and worldly beings will not anymore attract us. See? When we are out of the dream, and in the dream we have seen a beautiful car, a beautiful girl, a beautiful house, a beautiful place, and when we are out of that dream experience, do we ever think, I wish that girl in the dream should come in my life? No. In the same manner, to come out of this waking dream, that is why it is said, emphasized in our scriptures, to come out of this waking dream, the effect will be worldly things and beings will no more be a point of attraction for us. We will be in this world, but nothing can ever enslave us. See, because of the body identification, we get attracted towards people. Because of the enslavement with our sense organs, we get indulgent. See, therefore the real spiritual practice, like Bhagavan Krishna says, Tasmat tvam indriyani ado niyamya bharatarshava. Therefore start your spiritual life by having self-control. And the self-control is practiced only by the technique of Dharma Shastra. So till such time we consider ourselves to be the body, we have to follow the rules and regulation of the tradition where we are. In different traditions there are different things. In this manner, avastha tritayam yasya krida bhumitaya sthitam tadeva brahma janiyat iti vedanta dindimaha. So that is our essential nature. Come to know that. Okay, friends. Now be attentive. How we get buried under this body identification? What I am going to tell you, I told you at least n number of times. And yet the same question comes. Swamiji, please tell me, what sadhana should I do? Am I telling here how to make upma? No. Sadhana only spoken. And what is the sadhana? Sadhana is very simple. As long as I am identified with the body, the samsara will continue. Principle number one. What is identification with the body? Nobody says, I am body. Nobody says. But our whole life is conducted on the foundation of this, then I am the body. And how this is done? Be very attentive. Number one, we talk about our childhood, our past. Childhood and past belong to the body. It didn't belong to us. That body with which we were identified, we talk about our childhood, etc. Now, where is that body? When that body has gone, why talk about them? See? Like one girl, she separated from her husband. Every now and then she will say, Swamiji, at times, I am worried about him. He is so funny kind of character. I don't know what will happen to him. I said, if you are divorced, delete him from your head. See, after divorce, if you are still worrying, then you have not separated yourself. Exactly the same way. Once the childhood has gone, childhood belongs to the body, not to me. Therefore, this thing, how many times I must have told, do not bring your past in the present. We have to. जब हम छोटे थे, who cares? So this you please understand. And this you can learn from the world. When a mother talks about her useless child, she is so identified with that child that others are not interested in listening. But she will keep on talking because of identification. Now the same mother, if similar things are done by other child, she becomes a philosopher. These parents do not discipline the children. See how they are. See? The other day when that small girl, baby was crying and shouting here, so I scolded her mother. That mother was happy because my child is playing, dancing, shouting. But for me, it's not my child. Get up, get away. Afterward, that girl tells me, Swamiji, I thought you don't get disturbed. Right? Therefore, I created a nonsense. This is what is called as body identification. Just give it a try. Make a firm resolution. Anywhere you will see this. When people come together, they will be talking of one person says, during our childhood, when we were in, let us take Kashmir, it was different. Now these days, by the time this poor Kashmiri finishes his talk, the other Malayali begins. Malayalam Surya. Now who is interested? Nobody. This is the meaning of real spiritual practice. So, Tadeva Brahma Vijaniyat. So many things have come and gone, it makes no difference to us. So this is one. Now second thing is learn to remain indifferent. Indifference is being udasin. You don't have to get involved with anything or anybody. Not at all. Udasina vadasina. Then alone we will be shedding away the conditionings through which we are functioning. Yannadau yachanastyanti tanmadde bhatamapyasat ato mithya jagat sarvam iti vedanta dindimaha. That which did not exist earlier and that which appears in between but again disappears afterwards. So how it can be real? Like, take anything. Anything. We'll start from one or two examples. The waves are not there. Waves are formed. They remain some time and thereafter they disappear. Will we go on to the seashore and start the morning waves have died? Let us have a 2-minute silence. And when you are closing your eyes, standing in silence, one big wave will come and take you to make you silent once more. No. Because they are merely appearance. They are not real. But the appearance, when it is overpowering, it becomes ugliness. See, once you develop this vision, everywhere you will see the same reality. One example I will give you. Once this happened in Lonavala, I was doing ironing of my lungi. That is my special meditation when I iron my clothes. Because I learned a lot during that time. So when I was doing that, one person came, Swamiji, may I come in? I said, okay, come in. I had some question I want to ask you. I said, before you ask, do my job. See, the table is not clean. Take a plate, clean the whole table and show me what you have cleaned. Don't throw it on the floor like in Indian hotels. Okay. He did it. Then I said, now what do you see on my lungi? He said, nothing. I said, are you blind or what? Don't you see the wrinkles? Of course, wrinkles are there. Very good. Now hold your plate like this. I will be removing the wrinkles from my lungi. So I took the hot iron and moved it, and thereafter I did like, jhatka. Show me where are the wrinkles. Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, you have seen the wrinkles. Where they have gone? Show me. See, friends, if there is something in the mirror, what we see, you can improve that. If there is nothing, how can you improve it? See? The reflection which appears in the mirror, it was not there. Now you see that. And when you go, reflection goes. No, that is all true, but where the reflection has gone? See, friends, unless this becomes clear in your mind, that is, whole world is like wrinkles on the lungi. Take the hot iron of meditation and move around it, where the world will go. One great saint in his composition writes a beautiful way. I cross the river of transmigration, Bhavanadi, and I was so happy to see that river which I have crossed and to thank my Guru Maharaj, because of whom I crossed. I looked behind and lo, I saw. Never there was a river, nor was any Guru. I alone was. Atma vidameva agra asit nanyat kinchat. Therefore, here the teacher says, Yanna adau yacha na asti ante, that which is not earlier and that which is not later. How it can be real? So it is merely an appearance. Now apply this thing. Earlier there was a childhood, now child is not there. So it was just an appearance. On whom? Appearance. On me, the reality. So many bodies have come and gone. So many friends, enemies have come and gone. So many likes and dislikes come and gone. So many priorities have changed. But we are the same. Hold on to this substratum. The cause is always known from the effects. Without the effect, cause is not known. When we go to the doctor, we don't tell him the disease unless we are Indians. We go and tell him the symptoms. See, I got these symptoms. Then on the basis of the symptoms, the doctor infers the cause. Exactly the same way, the symptoms of abiding in the truth are no more pressure of desires of these worldly things, no more influence of relations, no more indulgent personality. Withdrawal is as easy as when we are out of the dream to withdraw from the achievement or the loss in the dream. Does it take any efforts? That is the reason why the wise people do not have ego. Because what is wisdom? Earlier I was a fool. So, can somebody have the ego of being fool in the past? No. Therefore, friends, come to discover this. Yannādau yascha nāstyante tanmadde bhātamapyasat ato mithya jagat sarvam. Therefore, this world only appears. It is not real. There are three experiences. One is something is sat. Second is something is not asat. And third is that which is not, yet it appears as if it is there. See? This is how the boy and the girl, they fall in love. This boy looks at that girl. Now so many people have looked at that girl. Nothing has happened to anybody. But this boy, he projects. I think she is the most beautiful one. She is meant for me. Otherwise, why she should have come here? I think it must be God's will. See, all the mind starts projecting. So, that which is nowhere starts appearing. And when we give importance and reality to the appearance, samsara begins. One example I will tell you. There were two youngsters, boy and a girl. That girl came and told me, Swamiji, you please tell him, I propose him for marriage, and he straight away says no. Right from childhood, we are neighbors, we played together, we have fought together, we have seen movies together, we went on scooter rides together, we have gone for vacations together. Now I tell him, why not we get married? He says no. So please tell. She started crying. I said, call him also. So he came. I said, hey, what is the problem? This is what she is telling. Swamiji, she is dumb, she is fool. What she said is true. We all live together. But I have always looked upon her as my sister. I never had any other thought about her. Now this girl wants me to get married. Can somebody get married to the sister? Cannot. So where is the problem now? Problem is in the mind of that girl. She has projected a prospective husband in that man, and this man has projected a real sister in that girl. How can they get married? And therefore the boy is not miserable, but the girl is miserable. Now for this miserable condition, who is responsible? Is the boy responsible? See, friends, we normally blame others, have self-confidence. Mithya is that which appears but does not exist. This is what is troubling us, all of us. This world appears but doesn't exist. Very difficult to digest. Only because, this demonetization, difficult to digest. Earlier, 1,000 rupees note. Now the same note, the same view. So where the value has gone? See, friends, therefore, ato mithya jagat sarvam iti vedanta dindima. Yastyadadau yadastyanti yanmadde bhati tat swayam brahmaivaikam idam satyam iti vedanta dindimaha. That which is without beginning, that which is without end, and that which continues to be as it is in the middle, that is the reality. Now don't stop here. Find out. It is not a theoretical examination to be given. That is real. No. Find out. You'll come to that we do not have experience of our beginning, meaning birth. We do not have the experience of our modification and growth. We do not have the experience of our death or absence or end. So what is said here is about us. Don't push the Brahman somewhere away. And when you are again and again remaining in this awareness, to that extent, worldly things and beings will stop disturbing us. It is something like, if we see some very bad dream, in that bad dream, some tiger was chasing us and we are running, and palpitation, perspiration, frustration, and then we tumble down, and on that tumbled body, the tiger bounces and our dream breaks. After that also, the palpitation, perspiration continues. That time, will we take a gun and go and search it? No. Although the impact of the momentum will remain for some time, but in due time it will disappear. In the same manner, the momentum of good or bad in the past will remain for some time, but with this wisdom, if we practice, slowly it will start disappearing. Therefore, Brahmaivekam idam satyam iti Vedanta dindimaha Purusharthatrayavishta Purushaha Pashavo Dhruvam Moksharthi Purusha Shreshtaha iti Vedanta dindimaha. Purusharthatrayavishta Purusha Pashavo Dhruvam. There are 4 Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Artha is money, Kama is fulfillment of desires or the indulgence, Dharma is taking this world to be real and living according to the norms given, because we take ourselves to be body. These 3 Purusharthas, those who are pursuing, they are Pashavo Dhruvam, they are animals certainly. Pashu means what? Only pashyati, na thinkati. They don't think. Now, such beautiful flowers, we enjoy that, how nice they are. If a buffalo comes, they know only one thing: go and eat. See? In the same manner, if our whole life is spent only for this, see, earn lot of money, indulge lot of things. See, how long? Our Swami Akhandananda used to say something very simple. He said, in this world, there are so many chickpeas, chane, that your teeth will be worn out. Chane will not be exhausted. By God's grace, I have moved so many countries, so many places. Not one. After that, so what? And the funny part was, I just think and it happens. Once our Guptaji told me, Swami, we are going to Alaska, come. I said, no, I don't have visa, I cannot come. Thereafter I got my visa for 10 years, and that very year I went to Alaska for 15 days. Big trip. So first time when I went, oh, ee, a, ah. Second time, oh. Third time, it is too cold here. Fourth time, खाने को क्या बनाए? See friends, nothing in this world can have the same attraction for us in our life. But we don't learn out of it. Take right from childhood. Those things because of which we are getting mad, though the things are the same, we don't get mad at all. Once we recognize this trick of the mind, we will be getting out of this three purushartha. Have a lot of money. Like many people tell us, Swamiji, you should have at least one room for you to live somewhere. Otherwise, in the old days, how will you live? You don't have ashram. So I asked that Mahatma friend, I said, Mahatmaji, whose ashram is this? He said, Swamiji, of course, yours. If it is mine, why should I have another one? These are all standard dialogues. They say, Swamiji, ghar aapka hi hai. They simply say, but they know he will not stay here. If I really start saying, nahi, humne mazak kiya. See, friends, this is the truth. Therefore, I tell them, the second thing about the schools. Why don't you start schools? We will be with you. I said, okay, I don't want. No, but why many Mahatmas do? I said, then you go and ask them, why ask me? Tell me, which society has told any Swami to start the schools? Nobody has told. It is the khujli of that Babaji. Which God has told to construct my temple? Nobody tells. It is our own khujli. And why? Because this world is real. Rama's Ayodhya and Krishna's Dwarka also could not stay as it is. Our small little places, are they going to be eternally? But whole life is spent only dharma, artha, kama, pashavo dhruvam. Because they are simply getting lost in this. The moment you start inquiry, Bhagavan says in 15th chapter, Na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha ashvattamenam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. This world, na rupam asya iha means vichara kale, tatha upalabhyate. When you inquire about this world doesn't continue to be as it is now. On inquiry, the illusion is declared. Why there are fights, separations between husband and wife, and a particular age? I have come across not one, dozens of cases. When the ladies are around 40 plus, up to the age of 50, 48, 50, that is the most dangerous time for their life. The hormonal balance gets disturbed. They are unable to handle themselves. The mood swings happen. That time, if the husband is not wise enough to take care of the wife, there are bound to be cracks in the relation. And when the man crosses the 50, from 50 to 58, 60, that is the second time when the man goes crazy. If that time the wife is not able to handle the man, the cracks are guaranteed. They get married but they don't know anything about it. Therefore, it is very necessary that we have to have awareness in our lifestyle. And because it is not there, Pashavaha Dhruvam, we are only thinking, but I have given you everything, food, shelter and all that. That is not life. Food, shelter, clothing is only for the animals. So, moksharthi purusha sreshtaha. Instead of getting lost in this world, find out what is the purpose for what we are born. Is it fulfilled or not? We have to fulfill. And the fulfillment is, very clearly the teacher says that Etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutokrutyascha bharata. Krutokrutyata, fulfillment comes only by recognition of your own divine nature. No other way. See, my friends, therefore, moksharthi purusha sreshtaha iti vedanta dindimaha. षण्णिहत्य त्रयं हित्वा द्वयं भित्वा खिलातिगम एकं बुद्ध्वा श्नुते मोक्षम इति वेदांत निंदिमः भित्वा षट् पंच भित्वा तं भित्वा तच्चतुरस्त्रिकं द्वयं हित्वा श्रयेद एकम इति वेदांत निंदिमः. Now षण्णिहत्य, we have to give up the six, that is kama krodha lobha moha mada matsarya. Trayam hitva, giving the three things, the three desires. Three desires are said in scriptural language is Eshanatrayam. Eshanatrayam means the desire for the higher worlds. For that you require children, son is required. So Lokeshana, Putreshana, and to have the son you must have a wife. To have a wife you must have money. Therefore Vitteshana. These three desires, they keep us tied down in this world. So, Trayam Hitva, Dvayam Bhitva, then the two things are nothing but these, I am the body notion and I am the Jiva notion. They are to be Bhitva, they are to be dissected and discarded, and Ekam Buddhva, and thus come to discover the real one. Then Moksham Ashnute, then alone the immortality is attained. See, the complete spiritual practice is told. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, these six fellows, they are torturing us. Thereafter, there is a burden of desires. Thereafter, there is a notion that I am the body and I am the soul. These three things together is called as samsara. We have to get out of it. Then bhitva shat pancha bhitvata, then giving up these six things. They are called as shad urmis. With reference to the body, old age and death is the cause of fear. With reference to prana, hunger and the thirst is the cause of fear. With reference to the mind, the shoka moha, the delusion and the grief is the cause of fear in life. So Shat Bhitva, given up the six kinds of fears in life. See? So Bhitva Shat Pancha Bhitvata, and giving up these five koshas, pancha koshas, anname, praname, manomay, vijnaname, anandamay, etc. And in this manner, ashrayat ekam, and come to the substratum which is supporting all these. This is the real spiritual practice according to Vedanta. If this is not happening, whatever you may be doing, it is okay, but it will not lead you to anywhere. It is something like one person was working very hard. He started digging wells. He dug at least 100 places. Every place 1 foot, no water. 1 foot, no water. He dug therefore 100 feet, but no water. Now to whom to blame? Oh God, see, I am putting so much efforts. Why it is? You are putting efforts, but dumb efforts. See? You have to know that you have to dig in one place 100 feet, then the water will come out. In the same manner, the first step is this very clear body disidentification. If that is not aimed at, and then you do anything is wastage. If that is aimed at, then anything that you do is spiritual practice. See? Observe some austerities, like not taking rice, not taking salt for few days or months. Not to tell others, do you know, hum nahi khate. Spiritual practice. No. After you come to discover, really, this is not essential for life. Then take another thing. Like some people are addicted to something, cigarette, tea, coffee. Now just give it up for a few days and come to realize that this is not essential for life. Third thing, We have the habit of getting involved in any discussions when others are talking. Decide this simple rule: unless it is necessary, unless called for, don't talk. Give it a try. See, in due time you will come to discover we are wasting our time in all non-essentials. And the net result is self-confidence goes away. No, I cannot. Why you cannot? You can. In this manner, one has to give up all these wrong notions. Deho naham dehi, aham dehi, deha sakshiti nischayal, janma mrityu prahidoso iti vedanta dindimaha. So the first step is naham deho, I cannot be the body. Then aham dehi, I am the embodied. Who is this embodied? Deha sakshiti nischaya. He who has recognized, supported, experienced all the changes without undergoing any change. See, no change we have undergone till date. The more you become extremely subjective, you very clearly can see the picture of your own life. The childhood has come, good bad experiences, they are gone. But instead of leaving them, we go along with them. And we start talking about our childhood or past. And this can be done only by one technique. Learn to remain indifferent. When we remain indifferent, presence or absence is equal. Remain indifferent. That is spiritual practice. Therefore, when we thus look upon our body, see, the body was so nice. Like many people are saying, Swamiji, when I was child, everybody used to come and lift me, hug me, kiss me. But I don't know what happened to the people. When they look at me, they take the old newspaper upside down and start reading. What is the reason? Because now your body is horrible. Like this baby body was very good. But you are the same. See, come to discover this. So, with this what will happen? Janma mrityu prahidosav. He will go beyond the limitations of birth and death. Continuing further, prano naham aham devaha prana sakshiti nischayal kshut pipaso pashanti syat iti vedanta dindimaha. One day one person asked me a question, Swamiji, how to observe fast? I cannot. Everybody in our house observes the Ekadashi and Guruvar and all that. What is to be done? I said, I'll tell you a technique, try. When the hunger comes, you assert to yourself, at the most what will happen, I will die. Ready to death. And then you will see that attack of hunger comes, and if you stand to it firmly, once that particular moment time goes, hunger goes away. Give it a try. This is what I have tried many times. I used to take tea early morning at 4 o'clock. So many years. Then I said, now for 1 month I am not going to take tea early in the morning at 4 o'clock. First 1 or 2 days the mind said, but what is this? One can... I said, no sir, please. 1 month you give it a try. And then you come to know you are still alive. Arre, mara nahi hai. See, discover this. That is, do experiments. Like, before coming here, for about 48 days, I was living only on milk and fruits. No food. I was never taking milk earlier, never eating fruits. My logic was, I don't take milk because I am not a baby. And I don't eat fruits because I am not a monkey. And yet, continued for so many days, and still alive, nothing happened. So, learn by doing experiments. Similarly, suppose you are attracted towards something or somebody, try this. By this, our wrong notions, I cannot live without cigarette, I cannot live without my child, I cannot live without my wife, I cannot live without my friends, all these notions will disappear. That is the meaning of Vanaprastha. We prepare ourselves to go to the forest. When this is not practiced, what happens? One example I'll give you. This happened in Pune. There was one couple, old couple, very nice couple. That lady was a mobile museum of all the diseases. You say any disease, she has that. And her purse used to be filled with only medicines. So whenever she will sit down, she will very comfortably open the purse, take out all those things, and this she will take it. So her husband used to make fun of her. My wife survives only on medicine, she doesn't eat food. And she was so cool, cheerful, happy. And he was always making fun of her because he had no disease, no problem, very healthy. And one day she died. That day onwards, next 8 years, he was doing the japa as if. She got up early morning as usual, gave me a cup of tea. She took her cup of tea to her room. I got up after that and went to talk to her. But she was not there. She died. This mantra he continued for 8 years. Completely blank. Highly educated. He was very successful CA. Everything was good. So much dependent on wife. Because there is somebody to make fun. Now he has nobody to make fun with. Nobody to talk to. So much dependent. The moment she died, he became blank. That is one of my observations is this. In old age, if a man dies, the wife is able to manage life, herself and the family better. But if the wife dies, the man becomes Dumbo. He can't do anything. Because dependence. Discover independence. Therefore here the teacher says, Naham prano aham devahat prana sakshiti nishchayat kshut pipasa upashanti syat. Net result will be hunger and thirst will not be an issue in life. For us, the issue is, unless a particular type of food is there, we are not happy. See? This dependence for hunger and thirst destroys the peace of our mind. There was a friend of mine who came from Assam to Delhi to go with me to Jaipur. Old man. After we got down from the train, many years before, he took immediately another train and went back. Could you believe why? Because his tambul and pan and tuna box was left back there. He said, I cannot live without it. Immediately he went back. Another example, we went to Kailash Manas. One lady in Nepal, she organized everything for me. We were about 20 of us. She dropped. I said, Mama, you are coming? Yes, Swamiji, but now I am not coming. Health-wise all right? No, health is okay. But why you are not coming? You will not laugh at me? I said, no. Tell me. There is no commode. Wherever we will be going, in Tibet, there are no commodes. I said, Mama, are you going to see darshan of commode? or the Kailash. See, friends, our spirituality is a 5-star spirituality. We want perfect comforts. See? I see, you see, DC, and then whom are we cheating? Dependence is misery. We have to get out of it. See? There was one lady who came from USA. We were having a camp in on the banks of Narmada Ji in Malsar. Very beautiful place. So she was given the best available room. But everywhere everything is not available. So in the morning, those boys used to give water in a bucket, hot water. So you mix with the cold water and take bath. Everybody is doing like that. Next day she left. I can't stand here. I can't stay here. Spirituality. Discover freedom. Manonaham aham devo manas sakshiti nishchayan shoka moha pahani syan iti vedanta dindimaha. I cannot be the mind because I know the modifications of the mind. Therefore, I am someone other than the mind. This is what I told you by this Jnana Mudra. This Jnana Mudra is small finger Annamaya Kosh, this ring finger Pranamaya Kosh, middle finger Manomaya Kosh, index finger Vijnanamaya Kosh or eye, and Anandamaya Kosh is the thumb. Without the thumb, the 4 fingers becomes difficult to work with. Thumb is necessary. When this I is identified with the mind, then I am happy, I am miserable. When this I identified with the prana, I am hungry, I am thirsty. When I identified with the body, I am young, I am old. What is our present status? I joined with the 3 and happiness is left alone. This is the sign of our party. Now what is to be done in spiritual practice? Separate this I from mind, from the prana, from the body. This is what we tell you, body disidentification, and giving the notion that we are a soul. Then what will happen? Merge in the Ananda. Therefore this I, who is identified with these 3, is disidentified and merged in the Ananda. This is called as Jnana Mudra. This is the spiritual practice indicated without words. That's all. But this we use for something else. Maja aa gaya, maja aa gaya. Aha, wonderful. This is not for bhoga. It is for discovery. Discover yourself. Some of us use it for snuff. Snuffa mudra. So, these 3 koshas are discarded. Then we discard the buddhi. Buddhirnaham aham deho buddhi sakshiti nishchayar kartrutva bhava nivrutti syat iti vedanta dindimaha. Be attentive. Small finger body. This is the second finger is prana. The long finger is mind. This with index finger is buddhi aham. Now, it is here there is a kartrutva abhiman, the sense of doership. And in Anandamaya Kosha is the bhoktrutva abhiman, the sense of enjoyership. So what is our total life? Our total life is body, prana, mind, the doer and the enjoyer. Beyond this 5 points there is nothing. And out of this, these 3 things, Body is the house, prana is the power supply, mind is the instrument of experience, Vijnanamaya is the experiencer, the doer. So I do this, I do that. And Anandamaya Kosha is the enjoyer. So when this is discarded, then the Kartrutva Abhiman will disappear. Therefore the spiritual practice is Naiva Kinchit Karomiti Yukto Manneta Tattvavit. Then arrogance that we have, I do this, I do that, that has to be dropped. Naiva Kinchit Karomiti. Therefore use a passive voice in life. So Kartrutva Bhava Nivritti Syat iti Vedanta Nimaha. So when the Kartrutva Abhiman disappears, there is no question of failure or success. See? And when Kartrutva Abhiman is very strong, then failure and success become the main issue of life. Now the last one, Anandamaya Kosha also we have to discard, or else we'll keep on sleeping in meditation. Na jnanam syamaham devo ajnana sakshiti nishchayan sarva anartha nivritti syat iti vedanta dindimaha. So, I am not the ajnana, the Anandamaya Kosha, because aham sakshiti nishchayan. Be very attentive. I do not know this. Therefore, I know or I do not know. Think. I do not know Konkani language. This I know. So I am ignorant or I know. This is our real nature. But we get carried away. No, I don't know anything. But this you know, is it not? That is what you are. The moment we just shift our awareness, not from the knower, but the one who is the illuminator of the knower also. Therefore, na ajnanam syamaham devaha ajnana sakshiti nishchayat. I am the knower of the ignorance also. Therefore, I am beyond the knowledge and ignorance, beyond the doer and enjoyer. Iti sarva anartha nivritti syat. Then all the problems of life will disappear for good. See? The problems of life begin from the periphery. Once in Ganeshpuri near Bombay, Vajreshwari, many years before, there we started our Ananda Mangal camps. So when we went there was a big yatra going on, like here in Mapsa it is going on, and there was a giant wheel. So along with the kids, many of them, I also sat in one of that cradle. And when it is going, when it goes down, everybody is shouting. When it is going up, it is okay. When again it goes down, it is shouting. So there are some elderly people. Swamiji, don't you feel afraid? I said, why should I feel afraid? No, I cannot come. I feel so afraid if something happens. I said, yeah, it is going to happen to you something. Be attentive. When you are at the periphery of that giant wheel, the impact is more. As you migrate to the center, to the hub, the impact of the movement is reduced, is it not? When we are living at the periphery of our personality, my property, my relations, my achievements, my failures, not now, long periphery. When I was a child, gone there, far away. So if I am 80 years old, then my radius will be 80 miles away. And from there I am moving. This is a disgusting experience. On the contrary, start your migration from the periphery, from the circumference, and start migrating. Come to the center, the hub, which is supporting all the experiences. then we come to know all the problems are in the periphery, not in the center. And we all come to this center in deep sleep. Alas, we do not know this. When we know this, deep sleep is meditation. And when we do not know this, meditation is deep sleep. See? Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. Bhagavan says, the reality to which the wise man is awakened, to that reality the ignorant people are sleeping. And to this relative world for which the ignorant people are awakened, to that relative world the wise man is sleeping. So he lives in this relative world but doesn't get influenced by any one of them. In this manner, sarva anartha nivritti syat. All the anartha, all the problems of the life is because we are at the periphery. Come back to yourself. And the process of coming back is dharma, yoga, bhakti. So when we follow the path of dharma, our lifestyle is controlled. When we follow the path of yoga, we become self-disciplined. When we follow the path of devotion, our ego is not allowed to rise. The fear disappears. Such a mind alone is capable of contemplation and understand iti Vedanta Dindima. See? Aham sakshiti yo vidyan vivichaivam punah punaha sa eva mukto so vidwan iti Vedanta Dindimaha. In this manner, he who comes to discover that aham sakshi iti, I am the witnessing self, and therefore, and how vivichaivam punah punah, again and again. Now how to do it again and again? Be very attentive. Very simple technique, friends. Take every experience, every interaction of our life as spiritual examination. And what is the examination? You are prepared. You can't say, oh, I'm sorry, I am not prepared. No, you have to be prepared. And in this grading system, there is 1 hour test. Anytime the teacher can tell you. You don't have to be prepared. You just tell it. This is a test today. See? Therefore, let us prepare ourselves for the best. And this is done only by again and again practicing. So when temptation comes, prepare. Like yesterday we went to that GIM, that Amma has prepared that rasmalai. It was so tasty, so good. Now, it was available. I had a freedom for eating. They were asking me to eat, and I wanted to eat also. But then spiritual examination, no means no. Are we working on the mind or we are working on the tongue? Lagao. And the moment it crosses the barrier, toll tax, inside everything is same. Thus, we have to work on these temptations. And when the temptation we work on, then alone we are protecting us from ourselves. So, aham sakshiti yo vidya vivichaivam punah punaha. Again and again, remind ourselves that the purpose of our being in this world is not only to remain buried in this world, but let us be a source of joy to all those who come around us. See? Just imagine, when you go home, your wife will take a bag from your hand and make you sit on a nice sofa and sit at your feet, remove your shoes, socks, and there is a hot or a warm water container with fragrance in that. She will take a nice soft Turkish towel, wet it and squeeze it and slowly wipe your feet. Just imagination, huh? Don't get lost in that, how it is happening. Even this imagination is making you happy, is it not? If it really happens, what will be the joy of life? Not only at home, wherever you go. Friends, the fulfillment of life is when you love everyone and everyone loves you. That is the fulfillment of life. And this can come only when you are abiding in yourself. See, friends, that magnetic charisma is manifested because you are in the core of your being. This is what is meant here. Samukto so vidwan iti vedanta nimaha. He alone is liberated and he alone is realized. This is what Vedanta says. Now, whatever is remaining, we will see it in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.